Oh, he just went low. He's in his head. He's in his head. He's open his head wide open. Cracked open in the face.
What's going on, everybody? It is Mario Man 2100 back again with another first impressions video, and it's time for another game on the PlayStation 2. It's Burnout Dominator, which I haven't played for quite a while. It's been a long time, actually. Yes. We'll just leave that there. Yeah. The last time I played this, I think, was at Jordan's place, to be completely honest, and that was probably back in like 2009 or something. So it's been a long time since I played this game. But coming off the heels of Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge, especially Revenge, I loved the Burnout series and I was really anticipating the next couple of games. I didn't hear too much about Dominator.
Burnout Dominator is all about owning the track and dominating your rivals. If you want to get ahead in this game, you'll need to take risks. That means using the streets to your advantage and the traffic like an old friend. First off, you need to know about boost. Driving dangerously earns
Every game has this intro.
tailgate rivals, drift around corners, drive on the wrong side of the road, and near miss the traffic. You can also steal boost from rivals by slamming, shunting, and rubbing. Earn the most by making them crash. We call this a takedown. Max out your boost bar, hit boost, and burn it all in one. This is a burn.
Oh, that's right, yeah, that's right. This is...
Taking risks while burning refills your boost bar. Earn enough, and you will perform a burnout boost chain. Get a long chain going, and really dominate the track. But beware, you can only earn while you burn if your boost is burning blue. You know there are times when a smash can't be avoided. So, while you're crashing, activate impact time And use aftertouch to steer your car into the path of oncoming rivals.
That was a good feature that I loved that they added in Burnout 3 was the aftertouch takedowns
For when you really need it.
and impact time, because the first two games, like I've played the second game, I haven't played the first game, but I know of the second game and I've played that, and it was difficult to go back from.
You otherwise couldn't reach.
Okay, and the Crash Breaker is already integrated from
Signature shot.
Revenge.
Take down a rival in the right place, and you'll unlock a whole new way to burn round the track.
Yeah, alternate routes, having alternate routes like that, that's not good.
Let the dominator.
But anyway, I was saying, Burnout 2, Point of Impact, actually, I went back from Burnout 3 and Revenge, and holy damn, it's a new, different game. But as far as the boost meter goes, I think they did change how it works, where you could burn at any time, I think, but you need, I think in this game you possibly need to fill it up to full to use boost and do burnout boost chains, which when I played this game, and since another thing, come on, burnouts, okay. Okay. Yes, I remember this. I remember. Okay, so you can boost at any time. Well, that's good. But yeah, from memory, you can't hit traffic like in Revenge, which is the one thing that I hated about in Dominator so bad. Is that going from Burnout Revenge, when you can hit all sorts of traffic on the left hand or the right hand side of the road, because it's an American game, which is an American based racing. The problem is you couldn't hit buses, you couldn't hit trucks and that sort of thing on the right, on your side of the road. Okay. Yeah. And this was a cool concept. But I don't think was utilized very well in this game. Like Burnout's the Burnout idea, and no, it won't show this all the time. It's just showing you since this is the first level of the game. And I think you get bonuses for that's a car. So the first level can be pretty easy, but the timer does not give you enough. Like you sound like like you could hear the car humming with boost. Oh, that timer gauge. I hate the sound of that. Like, I think this game is kind of good in its own ways, but it's kind of bad from memory. Because it wasn't like Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge, where you can have a lot of fun with it, And I'm sure you can with the later levels in this game. You can go all out. No traffic check, which is a bummer, because even in Paradise, which is the next game after this for the PlayStation 3, I think, which came out in 2009 from memory, or 2008 maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, you got your trophies, which I guess is kind of like Burnout 3 with the trophy systems. I think that's what it was called. I can't remember. Oh, drift challenges. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna black. But at least I think, and especially with this, as you can see now, I'm only using the one car because I only have the one car, which is a bad situation as far as I know. About the one car, I may have more, but at least with Revenge, I think you had like about 3 or 4 cars to choose from. You had 3. Yeah, well, if I get to a corner, see, I think with supercharge boosts, that would have been pretty good, because you can, I think, especially with drifting and boosting, in at least the games beforehand, you can really... Okay, now we're in Japan. I had no idea we were in Japan. Oh, okay, and your supercharge can help you with your drifting, because it can actually give you more points. So the higher the score, the more burnouts you do, the higher the multiplier. Of course I lost the supercharge, you need to keep filling it up. Oh, I did get the color for it, okay. Lucky. And the soundtrack I gotta say, for Burnout, Revenge and Burnout 3, even though some of the songs I didn't even fucking know, they were good, because you could recognise some of them. Here I think there's like, and maybe because I've played them so long that I've recognised most of the songs, but with this one I haven't played so much, and I only know 2 songs, I think. Maybe a couple more, I'm not sure. Maniac. Yeah, I can't choose any other car. Like, they give you a car for the challenge. There's like a James Bond car somewhere. Oh, that's right. So it gives me incentives during the events to unlock the cars. I guess this is kind of like the burning root situations in Burnout 3, where you could get not only could you get gold medals, I think with some of them in particular you could get the cars, and I think Burnout Revenge did that as well. Oh, okay, so you need to drive dangerously. So Maniac is basically a point earner. So yeah, oncoming traffic. Oh god. I was just about to get my times 4 multiplier. Oops. Yeah, I've seen like 3 different shortcuts already. And I can't access them because of crashing cars into goddamn shortcuts, which I don't like. I don't like that idea. Like, I understand it adds a bit of a revenge aspect into it, but like, and there we go. I've beaten the score to get the car like 5-fold already. I think the time extensions are just need the Daytona USA time extension voice. Time extension! So I can play well in Burnout games. I can play well. It's just some things I'm not good at, like the burning route sometimes. And it's not really giving me that many points. I think that was one of the big problems, was just trying to get the next set of events. Because the points they'd give you was not that many, even for gold medals. It's like, what? Why are you giving me points then for gold medals if you're barely giving me any? The crowd goes wild. Let's see, 50,000. It's going to go into a race or a road rage. Let's go into a road rage first, because I'm really enjoying. That's black. So we'll go red, black, and sort of a yellowy color. Record breaker, which I'm sure is probably like the burning route, and time attack. 8 takedowns. I can do that. Oh, well, I kind of know this song. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get hit with copyright strikes for this, for actually using actual real life music. Oh, now you're giving me stars. Now you're giving me this. Alright. Can't see. I'm surprised it didn't give me that one takedown either. See, there's a. Two in a row. Come on. Come on. Oh, Jesus. I love that they respawn in front of me. Because I could just keep taking them down. Hot streak, where's my rampage? Good hit, not enough. That's... yeah. Rampages are hard in this game. It's not when you crash, it's all in a timer. I think Burnout 3 did that better. I'm not sure if that was on a timer. That's one. That's 2. Wait a minute, that was in my blast radius. How? For God's sake. Yeah, 1 drawback of using Crash Breaker. Use all your boosts. Maybe I didn't have enough boosts. Maybe that's why. That's 2 in a row. Slam. Oh, that's 2. Double payback. I love that. Bitch. Wow, this car is not that strong. I crashed like what, 3 times? Ooh, thank you for giving me that. And there we go. I might as well just use the crash breaker and just blow myself up. I think you only use the crash breaker a certain amount of times anyway, so it might be stronger, it's just when you use crash breakers it's not good. There you go. They should have gave me that tip beforehand, because I think Revenge runs on that too, where the more boost you have, the better your crash breaker is. And that goes for the cars as well. The bigger, slower cars have got bigger crash breakers, but like things like Formula 1 races have only got like a level 1 crash breaker. So even though you like fill it up, your boost gauge right to the top, it doesn't do that much damage and hasn't got that much of a radius. Might as well. Blue. We'll go with blue. Drive 2 to get ahead. I'm pretty sure that was in Revenge. I know I was saying a lot about Revenge in 3, but those games are just so good, and just to see that Burnout kind of fell down after that. Like, Paradise wasn't so bad, like that was pretty cool. Oh god, it's like a burning root situation. Ugh. But remember, some of these tracks are pretty long, too. Oh god, I forgot it went the other way. I remember hating this track for some reason, and it was the track that I played the most of. Because I remember hearing Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend so much with this game. Hey guys, sorry about the cut in footage for the Burnout Dominator first impressions video, but got relatives over and I didn't even know they were coming, so that would have been awkward. But what do I think of the game? I think memory serves me right, and that the game itself, Burnout Dominator, is not as good as Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge. Out of the favourite out of those 2 games, I've got no idea. I think I love Revenge and I love 3 for totally different things, so they're both really good games. But Dominator, I remember, it has a couple of good mechanics going for it, but overall, the game feels a bit clunky, it feels a bit weird, and maybe it's because Criterion were more focusing on the PlayStation 3 at the time, when they heard that development for that was coming up. So they were doing Burnout Paradise, which wasn't a bad game either. And I definitely think that the next evolution on top of what Revenge had, the Revenge was a really, really tough game to follow up with, and Dominator didn't do the job. No traffic attack, like no traffic checking, which is a big bummer. And you can't really do that in Paradise except for, except for a couple of cars, especially the B-Team van, the Burnout Team van, and one of the other vans and a couple of other cars as well. Can only traffic check in Paradise, so it exists, but ultimately, as far as I remember, there isn't an event for it in Dominator and, you know, that sort of thing. And the tracks seem off for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is about Dominator, but it doesn't seem like it's an evolution. It's kind of a bit away from what it originally was, what Burnout was originally supposed to be, and I think that's why Paradise is a little bit like all the other stuff, like Revenge and Burnout 3 and all that type of thing. Like, I gotta say, some of the soundtrack of Dominator, you know, a lot of it is not memorable at all, which of course the other two games did have good music, and even like Burnout 2 had some pretty good themes in there, pretty good original stuff, which is good. But yeah, the game is not too great, which is a problem, especially after a follow-up of such a good game in Revenge, and of course in Burnout 3 as well. So, you know, it just feels like one of those games that lets me down a little bit, and that's kind of bad, which is it's not a good situation to be in with that type of game. So overall, it's not really that good. It's perfectly playable and all that type of stuff. And if you like Burnout Dominator, all power to you. You know, like the supercharge meter, that's kind of a good idea, because it gives you incentive to drive dangerously bad, and even getting like takedowns and stuff, it refills it almost straight away, which is good. But overall, I think the game is not that great. But I guess it's, you know, it gets to a situation like that where, like, you have really good games and then you have like a couple of shit games of the series, and then sometimes either the series dies or it has a renaissance. And yeah, Burnout, as we know, is dead, well, currently, because Criterion and EA are not working on it anymore and that sort of thing. They've said that that Paradise and Crash were the last couple of games for it, so it isn't going to happen anymore. And I hope someone picks it up, or, you know, something, because, like, I've got to say, Need for Speed Most Wanted, made by Criterion, one of the best Need for Speed games ever made. Like, Underground 2, I think, beats it for nostalgia's sake, but in terms of a good modern Need for Speed game, Most Wanted, and that's the Most Wanted made by Criterion specifically, I think in 2012, it's one of the best, if not, it's the best modern one, and one of the best Need for Speed games. And it takes a lot of aspects from the Burnout series and adds its twist to the normal Need for Speed formula, and that's a good way for it to work. And if it's going to keep going in Need for Speed and Criterion's going to keep working on games like that, I'm going to support them. Like, I'm going to support them so good, because if a game is as good as Most Wanted, made by Criterion and EA in that, under the Need for Speed name, I want Need for Speed to continue on. But Burnout, as far as we know, is not going on, and that's a shame, because Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge are some of the best racing games I've ever played, and that's a big task, you know. There's a big thing, you know. There's a big hole there that's going to be missing in a lot of the modern racing games. So yeah, Dominator is not really that good. So with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this first impressions video of Burnout Dominator for the PlayStation 2. You guys have a great day or night, and of course, take care.